Do you remember being 8 years old, handing out Valentine's Day cards to your classmates, or buying flowers and teddy bears for your loved ones? Have you ever stopped and think why we do these actions on this specific day, on February 14? Besides the money hungry corporations using this holiday to make more money out of us, programming us to buy flowers, stuffed animals, make dinner reservations just to fatten up their pockets and empty ours. There is a reason why February 14 became known as Valentine's Day. There are two stories that go back centuries that explain this to us. The stories originate in ancient Rome. One story is about a priest, and the other about a festival that people celebrated every mid February. Both stories help shape the holiday we know today. The festival known as Lupercalia was celebrated by the pagan Romans every year during the middle of February, or February 15. The festival's purpose was for fertility and purification. The pagan priests would sacrifice a goat for fertility and a dog for purification. They would take the goat's hides, dip them in blood, and walk across the town, slapping both women and crops. The women actually welcome getting touched by the hides, for they will become more fertile in the upcoming year. Later that day, all the young women from the town would write their names and put them inside an urn, in which all of the bachelors of the town would pick up a name and be paired up with for the remainder of the year, which most often ended up in marriages. During the 3rd century, Emperor Claudius II put a law into motion, stating that all young men would not be allowed to get married. Their obligation was to serve the Roman Empire and only the empire. A priest named Valentine didn't agree with the law, so he secretly married the young man. This went on for some time until Claudius caught wind of what he was doing. Valentine was sent to prison and sentenced to death. During his time in prison, he cared for his fellow prisoners. It is said he also cured his jailer's daughter from blindness, and in his final days, he wrote her a love letter, in which he signed, "From your Valentine." Father Valentine was executed on February 14 in the year 270. 200 years later, at the end of the 5th century, Pope Gelasius declared February 14th as Saint Valentine's Day, or Valentine's Day, in memory of the priest and his actions that show love and kindness. By doing that, he eliminated the celebration of the pagan festival of Lupercalia. The name Valentine originates from two people, the priest we learned about and the Bishop of Terni, in which some people argue it's the same person and others say they were two different people. But thanks to those stories, we now celebrate the love and friendship we have for one another every February 14th. Now you know the story behind Valentine's Day and why we celebrate it. Hope you enjoyed this mini backstory of the holiday, and let me know what you guys thought about it in the comments below. Drop a like as well. And for those who have plans for this Valentine's Day, congrats. Be safe, don't do things you're going to regret 9 months later, and enjoy the moment. For those that are like me and are going to spend Valentine's Day working and alone, don't feel bad about it. There are other Valentine's Days to come, and you will get to enjoy them. It's only one day a year, so don't let it affect you. Remember that we can do those things of love and friendship 365 days a year, not just for that one day. Like so many other people will make you believe you have to do it that day and that day only. Don't get wrapped up on social media and what everyone else is doing. They're just showing off for the views and the likes to what the majority of the time is fake love.